I made my clients $20 million last year with this e-commerce email strategy, and I'm going to explain to you how you can do the exact same. My name is Zach Schiefer. I'm the founder of ZHS Ecom, and yes, we generate tens of millions of dollars per year for Shopify brands through email and SMS marketing, and I'll share with you exactly how you can make millions yourself. So here's what we're going to talk about in this video. We'll go through the benefits of email marketing and how it can actually help scale your e-commerce brand extremely profitably. We'll go through which platform that you need to be using for your email strategy, how to actually grow your email list subscriber base, the type of emails that you need to send, how to never hit the spam folder, how to design beautiful emails, and just a few more tips and tricks to maximize your email marketing revenue. Let's dive in. As you can see here, we've helped a lot of brands make a lot of money. This brand did 57.7K in new monthly revenue. This one did 58K in new monthly revenue. This one right here did 26K in new monthly revenue. And these are just some of our smaller case studies. We have a ton more that you can check out on our website. So the benefits of email marketing. Why is this so important? Number one is it is the cheapest and most profitable marketing channel for your brand. There's zero ad spend. You're simply remarketing and you're educating and nurturing potential customers for your products, and you're taking these past customers and you're continuing to sell to them while keeping them engaged and continuing to bring them along that customer journey. A lot of this is pretty much on autopilot. The average ROI for email marketing ranges from $36 to $40 for every single dollar spent, which far exceeds every single other marketing channel. Now, there is some nuances here. Email marketing doesn't work for completely new brands. If you don't have an email list, you obviously can't make money from email marketing because you have nobody to send emails to. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. That being said, email marketing directly helps increase your acquisition efforts by lowering your cost of acquisition, lowers your CPAs, and can increase your customer LTV by 10x or even more. The thing is this, email marketing goes hand in hand with your acquisition efforts, and it makes your acquisition efforts that much more profitable. Typically, when brands that we work with are extremely dialed in on everything email and SMS related, they bring in 30 to 50% of their overall revenue from email marketing. So if you're not building out these systems, if you're not looking at email marketing, there's a very good chance that you're missing out on 30 to 50% of what you otherwise could be bringing in. Now, looking at email platforms, there's a bunch of different ones that are out there. You have MailChimp, you have Shopify email, you have OmniSend, you have SendLane, you have so many different ones. But after 5 years of experience of helping e-commerce brands scale their marketing efforts, nothing comes close to Klaviyo. Here's the thing. You can either go with a Fiat or you can go with a Ferrari. And the goal is to obviously win the race here. Klaviyo is like the Ferrari. Everything else, in my experience, is like a Fiat. Yes, the Fiat is going to get you there. Yes, you can use Shopify for email marketing. Yes, you can use OmniSend or MailChimp or whatever. However, if you're trying to win the race here, you need the highest performance option and you want the one with the most capabilities and the most room for future growth. If you are legitimately serious about scaling to 6 or 7 or 8 figures a month, whatever that is, you need to be using what the big dogs are using. And if you just literally go look at what the Kylie Cosmetics and what Festivals and all these big AG1 Athletic Greens, if you look at what all of these massive companies are doing, they're using Klaviyo. It's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. It's very expensive as well to use poor quality tools because it means that you're going to get less conversions now, and you're going to have to migrate in the future when you decide to get serious about your brand. Literally all the big dogs use it. You should too. Now, to grow your email list, after you've picked your preferred platform and then you've switched over to making sure that choice is Klaviyo, not sponsored by the way, you need to make sure that you have a strategy, a very clearly defined strategy in place to consistently grow your email list. The reason I say clearly defined, built out strategy, the reason why that's so important is because so many brands that I talk to, I've done hundreds of Klaviyo audits at this point, so many brands have these amazing emails, they have this amazing strategy, but they're growing their list at this horrible pace, and they're not growing their list at all, or it's declining, and they're just missing out on so much revenue because they're missing the number one thing, which is getting people from your website onto your email list. There's 3 ways to grow your email list that are the absolute most important that you need to be paying attention to. Number 1, post-purchase opt-ins. Number 2, pop-up forms on your website. Number three, promotions on other marketing channels like social media or paid ads. These are the absolute most important ones. Starting with number one here, post-purchase opt-ins. It's very simple to understand. When someone becomes a customer, you can basically add in a form there where they can fill in their email. If you're using Shopify, this is super easy. So if someone makes a purchase, someone buys one of your products and they're not on your email list, you can simply add them to your email list. It's super simple to set up. However, this is one of these tiny little things within email marketing that's going to make a massive difference. You need to make sure this is automatically checked. So you need to make sure that box is ticked by default, or else you're losing a ton of revenue, because when someone makes a purchase, they have to put in their email. And so there's going to be a little box in there that says, hey, sign me up for email marketing. That's going to be automatically, like by default, needs to be checked, or else you're losing a ton of revenue. Number two, pop-up forms. Massive revenue driver here. These are extremely effective when done right. And a good pop-up form can convert anywhere from 6 to 12% of website viewers into new subscribers. So let's say you're getting 50K website visitors in a month. You can generate 3,000 to 6,000 new email subscribers every single month. However, so many brands get this wrong, and there's so many little tiny nuances. I have a whole entire 30-minute long video on how to make sure that you're getting the highest conversion rate possible. But if you're not, you're losing out on so many email subscribers. And I see a lot of brands that really mess this up, and they don't put a lot of effort into this. The key here with pop-up forms is that you're not too intrusive and you're not needlessly interrupting the user experience, and you're giving people a strong, appealing offer, and you have a lot of these fundamental technicals in place. So you're showing the pop-up to the right audience. You're making sure that it's big on their screen. They're not going to miss it. You want to make sure to have a very clearly defined offer. You don't want a ton of copy on there. You just want to say, hey, are you interested in this offer? Sign up to our email list. You want to give them that bait. And ideally 3 to 6 to 12% of people at least are taking that bait. So the final way to grow your list is promotions on other marketing channels like social media or paid ads. So if your ecom brand has an active and engaged community on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, you can leverage that attention that you already have to drive more email list subscribers. Here's the thing. Yes, you can have this massive TikTok audience, or you can have this massive YouTube or Instagram, but that doesn't mean anything unless you actually own that audience. You really want to have a strong, appealing offer that you can drive traffic to. And you want to have some sort of landing page, or you at least want to send people to your homepage, which will send them that pop-up. So again, you want to have a really strong offer to convert people from social media, where you're competing with everyone, onto your email list where you have direct access and you own that audience. So no matter if Zuckerberg wakes up on the wrong side of the bed and let's say your Instagram or your Facebook account goes down, you still own that audience and you can still market to your customers. Now, the types of emails to set up and the ones to send to your list. So at this point, you've gotten some subscribers and you're growing your list as fast as humanly possible. Now, what do you actually send to them? So there's two buckets of deliverables that we set up for clients. Number one is going to be your campaigns. So these are your typical newsletter blasts. They're one-time sends. They're sent on a specific day and a specific time. And so when it comes to these campaign emails, they're called campaigns in Klaviyo. The number of emails that you actually send really depends on your brand, your business goals, what type of team setup that you have, if you have outside help or if you're doing it in-house, and what that bandwidth is, and how engaged your email list subscribers are. So there's a lot of different variables, but what I typically recommend is between 3 to 5 email campaigns per week. If you're going balls to the walls and you have a massive list of 100,000 and you're making 10K per email, yes, I would send more, like 5 to 7 email campaigns per week. However, if you're just starting out, let's say you're under 100K per month, usually in that kind of 2 to 3 per week range is just enough to really bring in revenue and consistently engage and nurture your audience without just taking a ton of resources. Because that's a lot. If you're sending 1 email campaign per day, that's a lot of bandwidth that is going to be required. So right now, if you're sending 0, 1, or 2 per week, I can almost guarantee that you're leaving revenue on the table. So your email campaign strategy needs to be a mix of both educational content that really focuses on providing value to your subscribers, as well as just straight up direct response, sales-based content announcing a sale or telling people to take a specific action. So typically we like to do a lot more educational content. Usually it's going to be like a 3 or 4 to 1 ratio of educational to direct response. That way you can really build up trust with your subscribers. And then when it comes to time for that sale every month or every 2 months or every 3 months, then they're primed to make a purchase. So a couple campaign ideas that you can create and send to your list straight away. So obviously you're going to have your limited time promotions, your flash sales. That's going to be more of that direct response style email, but then just tutorials on how to use your product, tips or tricks within your industry. If it's a skincare brand, skincare tips for the winter, skincare tips for the summer. There's going to be a lot of different things that people would want to know as it relates to your product. You could do myths versus facts. You could just talk about customer testimonials, different like updates about the brand, different relevant niche specific facts. Pretty much anything that's on your website or on your blog or on your social media could be turned into an email. Let's say even like an ingredient. You could do an ingredient spotlight, like one single ingredient. That's a whole entire email. You have a lot of ingredients in your products. If you have ingredients in your products, you have a lot of them. And every single one, you can do a more in-depth breakdown of why that's in your product, why it's so important that's in there. Same thing if you have an apparel brand, like doing a specific highlight on one specific color and one specific SKU, you could do that with every single SKU. So there's pretty much unlimited ideas that you could send with your email campaigns. Now, let's talk about the flows. These are automated email sequences that are triggered by a specific customer action or behavior, like joining your email list. That would be the welcome series, or abandoning a cart. They're going to get that abandoned cart email flow. So online campaigns, those are one-time blasts. Flows are turned live once, and then they're pretty much on autopilot. They're automatically sent to subscribers when they complete a specified action. So they're triggered automations. They're bringing in revenue on autopilot. And typically, again, when we work with a client, 15 to 25% of that e-com store's revenue will actually come through the flows, especially post-purchase. This is massive. If you have a lot of different products, you need to be cross-selling. You need to be upselling customers post-purchase and bringing in that revenue without you touching a thing. That's the beauty of these flows, is that they're one-time setups and they can run for 2, 3, 4 years after you set them up at the start. And if you're not hitting 15 to 25% of your total store's revenue from your flows, there's a very good chance that you're just missing out on revenue that you could be generating. There's 12 different ones that we set up for our clients that we really help them scale their revenue with. That's going to be your pre-purchase flows as well as your post-purchase flows. A lot of different ones that I could get more in depth on, but for the sake of the video, 5 bare minimum absolute essentials that we need every single e-commerce brand to have if they are serious about scaling their brand. So number 1, the welcome flow. These are the series of emails that are sent immediately when someone joins the list. Usually we're doing 5 to 8 within a series of 5 to 8 emails within the course of, let's say, 2 to 4 weeks-ish, just depending on the brand. Really, these give some sort of incentive like a discount code or some other freebie or thank you for signing up. And these are going to educate new subscribers on your unique selling propositions and really guide them to making a purchase. And the great thing about these flows is that they're set up so that if someone does make a purchase, you're not going to be consistently berating them to make another purchase. You're going to exit them out of the flow. That's the whole goal. So you can see here, this is a very simple welcome flow. It says, hey, email number 1 here. Thank you for signing up. Here's your 10% discount code. Here's the welcome 10 offer. Click that button right there. Super simple, super straightforward here. And then the rest of the flow is going to be saying, hey, follow us on social media. Here's another reminder. You should go check out these customer testimonials. Here's some more information about our USPs. Here's some celebrity highlights or whatever it is. You're just welcoming them to the brand, and you're giving as much information and background story and founder's backstory and things like that, giving all that information away over the course of a few weeks. Browse management flow, super important here. When someone views a product but doesn't make a purchase, you can automatically follow up, provide more information. You can send them FAQs, and you can really just overcome those objections that someone might have if they viewed a product but didn't make a purchase. It could be shipping, it could be a whole number of things. And so we want to strategically look at your brand and say, hey, like, why are people not making a purchase? Let's send them some more information that would get them to make a purchase. Cart and checkout abandonment flows, very similar to the browse abandonment flow, but it's a different stage of the funnel. It's a little bit more of a warmer person where they've put items into their cart or they've even made it to the checkout stage, but they haven't made a purchase. So at this point, we really want to focus on handling customer objections. Usually it's about price or shipping or whether the product will actually work for them. You can show off more of your beautiful designs, things like that. But it's going to be looking something like this, and it's going to say, hey, you left something in your cart. Here's your nice hoodie. Here's why you should buy with us. Here's a bunch of different trust icons and badges and things like that. Show, hey, we're legit. You should come back to the store, and here's an easy link to make it back. Post-purchase flow. Massively important, especially if you have a lot of products. You want to thank people for making their purchase. You want to provide more information on shipping and other ways to shop with your brand. You can link out to social media. You can get people to sign up to your SMS list. When the time is right, you can ask people for a review. You can upsell them. You can cross-sell them. There's so many different things, and a lot of brands really miss out and neglect that post-purchase customer experience. Or they're trying to do stuff, but they're doing stuff like asking for a review when the product's not even shipped yet. And it's just a bad customer experience. So you really need to optimize and dial in this post-purchase flow. Now, we've created all these beautiful emails. They might still be hitting the spam folder. Here's how to prevent it. So email marketing isn't as simple as just sending some campaigns and setting up some flows and calling it a day. There's so many different factors that can influence the success of your strategy. And one of the major ones is deliverability. If your deliverability is terrible, there's absolutely no point of focusing on other things like your subject lines or your email content because you're going to spam. No one's seeing your email. So you can see here, if you have a bad reputation, you're going to go straight to spam. If you have an average or okay reputation, you're going to sometimes go to spam, sometimes go to the inbox. But really where our clients are is in this good reputation box, and they're going straight to the inbox. So if you have a bad reputation, you're not going to make money because you're not getting your marketing material into the hands of your customers. How do you know if you have bad deliverability? You need to look at these key metrics, and you really need yourself or someone else to be an expert in your court looking at these on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. So unsubscribe rates, spam rates, bounce rates, open rates, things like that. If your open rates are between 0 to 20%, a lot of people might think, oh, like my subject lines are terrible or whatever. Like I need to optimize this subject line. But honestly, that's usually not the case. You could have the world's worst subject line, but you're probably getting poor open rates because of your deliverability, and you look like a spammer in the eyes of Google and Yahoo. That's a huge misconception. So there's a couple things that you can do straight away to fix your email deliverability. This is what we do for clients, but it's going to be things like cleaning your list, sending emails to smaller, more tighter segments, setting up the proper authentication on the back end. So you got DMARC, DKIM, SPF, all these different records. You need to make sure that they're just technically configured correctly. And then at the end of the day, it's all about sending high quality marketing materials to the right people at the right time. So if you send good emails that are not spam, people will open them and deliverability will go up because people are loving them, they're engaging, they might even be responding. It's just a flywheel. Now, design. One of the absolute most important factors that influences your email marketing success is your email design. So creating emails that align with your brand and really improve the customer experience, massively important. I see so many brands where they set up this beautiful website. They might pay 4 or 5 figures for this website. It's beautiful, but then their emails look like they're about $20. It's a complete mismatch, and it really hurts your brand, especially in the long term. So we don't want to do that. So I highly recommend designing your emails on another platform outside of Klaviyo. You don't want to use Klaviyo to create your emails. You need to use something like Canva, or you need to use something like Figma to create nice, beautiful email designs. And I know a lot of people are going to tell you, hey, these email designs, these nice, pretty email designs like this, they're going to go straight to spam. They're wrong. I have a whole video on that. Our clients make millions and millions of dollars sending emails that look just like this, and they're nice and designed in Figma, and they get amazing deliverability, and they're going to beat everyone else who says that these emails go to spam. So don't listen to them. Canva, Figma are the absolute best ways to go with that. So that is the video. 2 things here. If you're running the marketing for a D2C e-commerce brand and you want help increasing your monthly revenue, check out our website. That's zhs-ecom.com. Apply to work with us there by clicking the first link in the video description. And if you want to learn more about email design, I'm going to put a video up on the screen right now. It's all about the top 5 email design trends that you absolutely need to be aware of this year. Appreciate your time. Hope you have an awesome rest of your day.